law banning abortions. So that means if Roe is overturned by the Supreme Court, abortion will not be criminalized in Michigan for now. That decision coming late today from the Michigan Court of Claims.
Planned Parenthood sued, saying the 1931 Michigan law, which criminalizes abortion, violates the state constitution. Let's get to Mara McDonald live in Lansing tonight. Mara, the judge, in granting this preliminary injunction, is saying she believes Planned Parenthood will prevail eventually in that lawsuit, basically.
That's what her opinion says, Devin, and here's what this means. It means that because of her opinion and her decision, that 1931 law, if SCOTUS does indeed overturn Roe, it means that it will not take effect, at least immediately. Let me show you. With a Supreme Court decision on the fate of Roe expected any day, and if the leaked opinion which suggests the court is overturning Roe is correct, it would mean that Michigan would revert to a 1931 law which criminalizes abortion and makes only one exception: if the life of the mother is in jeopardy. What the Michigan Court of Claims did today was halt that 1931 law from going back into effect while the case proceeds through the court.
We filed this lawsuit on April 7th. And asked the court to block this law because it is unconstitutionally vague and violates the rights to liberty, bodily integrity, equal protection, and privacy under the Michigan Constitution and state civil rights laws.
The judge, in her opinion, says forced pregnancy flies in the face of being able to make autonomous medical decisions. Quote, "If a woman's right to bodily integrity is to have any real meaning, it must incorporate her right to make decisions about the health events most likely to change the course of her life: pregnancy and childbirth." Back here live, realize that today's decision is in no way final. This is really just the beginning. This case has yet to be decided, and it is certainly not the only legal maneuver ongoing right now in the state of Michigan about this. The governor has her own lawsuit pending. We're going to talk about that more tonight at 6. And Devin, Kimberly, we reached out to Right to Life of Michigan. They had no immediate comment. However, they've got a Zoom set up with their attorneys at 5:30. I'm going to sit on that, hear what they have to say, and we'll be back here at 6. We're live in Lansing. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
And Mara, the AG has already said she would not defend this law. So could another entity, though, then intervene? It's an interesting situation. You would expect that the person to defend a state law would be the state's attorney.
Exactly, and Dana Nessel has said she will not defend this 1931 law, and her office will spend no resources on it. Interestingly enough, the AG had asked and told the legislature, if you would like to intervene in this case, please go ahead, be my guest. The legislature did at one point appropriate some $750,000 to try and keep that 1931 or fight to keep that 1931 law in place. However, the legislature made the decision not to intervene. So now that we've got a preliminary injunction, could it intervene now? Attorneys for Planned Parenthood say yes. Back to you.
We'll be watching it moment by moment. All right, Mara.
New at 5, Huron Township police say it was an airsoft gun found in a backpack that prompted a lockdown and a massive police response this morning at Summit Academy North.
Police say they got the call a little before 9:30 this morning. The school was immediately put on lockdown. Sean Lay now live with us. Sean, a student was taken into custody here, correct?
An 18-year-old, and here's why police were called at 9:24 today. A teacher was in a room. She felt some of the students in the room were acting in a rather odd manner. She picked up on that. The students left, and a backpack was left on the floor. She didn't hesitate. She grabbed it, and she looked inside.
We got a text message, and we immediately just dashed up here to see. We're going to pray, and called my mom and had her prayer chain, and we got everybody in the prayer chain right away.
Parents, grandparents, and prayers this morning when Summit Academy went on lockdown at 9:24.
And we said, Lord Jesus, protect all these kids.
Laura Hannum Florence is here for her grandchild.
I didn't think anything but protect these kids.
Now we know why the school went on lockdown. A teacher called for the lockdown herself. A backpack was left in a room, and it simply did not look right to her.
The teacher picked up the bag, opened it, immediately called a lockdown.
That teacher calling the school liaison officer who radioed for all units on duty to rush to the school. An airsoft gun was found in the backpack, but at first glance, as you can see, they can look very real.
It wasn't for show and tell. It was certainly for some type of attention, but I don't know what that was. But luckily for all of us, it wasn't a real weapon, and the students were never in danger.
The school district and police department trained for this, and today was their first test.
I give a lot of kudos to the school district here. They do a lot of training long before the Oxford incident, right? We all know that what happened in Oxford and the heightened level that it put everybody at. But this school district went above and beyond long before Oxford.
Back here live, so we have an 18-year-old student in police custody being questioned inside the backpack, an airsoft gun. Police also say narcotics were found in the backpack as well. They so far do not know why the student brought the airsoft gun to school. In the meantime, the district tells me there's conversations going on now about checking backpacks. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
Okay, Sean, thank you. Police are searching for a driver who hit and killed a mother of two in Detroit.
Happened around 4 Monday afternoon near Livernois and Verner in southwest Detroit. Police say 32-year-old Iris Lisiaga was struck as she walked to the store, and they say it was a Ford F-150, a red truck, that hit her and left the scene. She leaves behind 2 sons, ages 8 and 13. Detroit police want that driver to come forward.
For whatever reason they left the roadway, they knew at that point that they were involved in an accident, and I'm sure knew that they hit this poor individual. And so, you know, they're probably in shock themselves, but turn yourselves in. Let's get to the bottom of this.
If you've got any information about the crash, please call Detroit Police.
Former Vice President Mike Pence visited a Rochester Hills school this afternoon to talk with students and parents. He spoke to students at an assembly and held a roundtable with parents at Lutheran Northwest High School. Pence is pushing a petition effort to create tax credits and a scholarship program that could help students attend private schools. Our Priya Mann was there, and she'll have both sides of the issue coming up on the news at 6 o'clock. Meanwhile, President Biden in Buffalo, New York, where he met with families of the victims from Saturday's deadly supermarket shooting.
President and First Lady visiting the memorial that has sprung up at the Top supermarket honoring those killed in the shooting. And as you can see, they laid a bouquet of flowers there. 11 of the 13 people shot in the attack were black. The Justice Department, as we've reported, investigating this incident as a hate crime. The 18-year-old suspect allegedly self-identified himself as a white supremacist in an online manifesto. And during today's address, the president said, we all have to stand up to white supremacy.
You can't prevent people from being radicalized to violence, but we can address the relentless exploitation of the internet to recruit and mobilize terrorism. We just need to have the courage to do that, to stand up.
The accused in the case scheduled to make another court appearance on Thursday. While the White House is heralding a deal to reopen a Michigan baby formula factory, there really is still no yet an end in sight for the tens of thousands of parents who are struggling to find formula.
And it really is a struggle, too. This is video from Sky 4 today over the Abbott plant in Sturgis. And when that plant reopens, it could still take 3 months to get formula back on store shelves. So what are parents left to do in the interim? Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live. A little bit of promising news today, Hank.
Kimberly, there is some promising news, but if you make your way around stores here in Metro Detroit, for example, this Meijer store in Detroit or many pharmacies, maybe in your own community, you'll notice a lot of those store shelves are bare. The good news, though, formula now making its way to the U.S. from overseas, and also there's formula right across the river. Take a look. The desperate search for baby formula is so frustrating for so many of you. So today I hit several stores in Metro Detroit, and while most of the shelves were empty, we did learn some more product is on the way at select CVS locations.
We get our orders in, so our truck comes in tomorrow, so...
And late today, Nestle confirming that new formula products from overseas are en route now to the U.S. This will help get product on shelves sooner than expected. And in Western Michigan today, preps underway to reopen the Abbott plant. But remember, it will still take weeks for the new formula to hit local stores. In Canada, the U.S. shortage is causing some issues, but most store shelves are still stocked.
Some of our retailers are saying that they don't have a huge shortage at this point in time, and that any shortfalls within their store shelves is temporary in nature.
Michelle is with the Canadian Retail Council and says that while Americans can cross the border, they will be limited in the amount of formula they can buy right now.
Whether or not people are coming from the United States or buying here from within Canada, Most retailers right now are limiting the number of products that they can purchase to ensure that there is enough to go around for everyone.
Here at home, pediatricians offering support to patients. Some have relationships with formula suppliers, while others can help point you in the right direction to find community programs that can help you.
Really looking towards your community as a family and helping you to find a reasonable solution is what I recommend. And then always go to your healthcare provider if you really get into a pinch.
Now, here in the States, more than 70% of the formula you see on store shelves across the country, it started at that Abbott plant in Michigan. That's where it was produced and packaged. That's not necessarily the case in Canada. So if you do make your way across the river, understand that you're likely going to be purchasing a different brand than the one that maybe you're buying here in the States, and maybe a product that your child has already been used to. We're live here tonight in Detroit. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank, Local 4.
Yeah. Okay, Hank.